Hey, I'm back from a tool haul. Another one. Just got back. Haven't really sorted through anything yet, but I wanted to just throw this up and share what I got here. So, this is a Craftsman, I believe, upper cabinet chest. It was 15 bucks, and it's got some stuff in it that I can see right off the bat. Some bigger SK. This is a snap-on. I'm going to see if I can get that replaced for free. But everything is USA made. There's Bonnie. There's a lot of older Craftsman. Haven't really sorted through anything yet, like I said, but you know, there's 15 bucks just for the box is good. So I'm going to take this apart and clean it up and repaint it. What's always fun about these is there's always something in the box under the drawers that falls in there somehow. So it'll be exciting when I take it apart. I'll take the drawers and the slides out to see what may have fallen in there. But let's see what we got. These are cool. I don't have a lot of these. These are Vaco, but there's a bunch of the black handled ones there. And then there's some blue ones. It's a 10 mil. This will clean up nice. This is a Bonnie A-702K half-inch ratchet. So I'll take that apart and clean it up for sure. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so Ward's Master. So yeah, various pieces. These are Williams Allen sockets. Let's see what we got. Must be a couple more of the black handled Vacos. I really like those, and I'm finding myself using Allen heads, Allen keys more than ever, taking apart stuff. And I hate these. I really dislike these standard Allens. They're a pain in the ass to use, so. Trying to flip it around so you can read that. Aegon. Okay. So yeah, just random pieces here. We got here, it's a snap-on, looks like 3/8 to quarter extension. And that is a Mac, and that's very small. That's got to be, look off camera. Oh, that's a 1/4 inch. Okay. So, various pieces. I haven't really. Oh, these are cool. Stanley USA. There's a bunch of these. These are these crappy wire strippers, but these actually look like they're a little bit different. And it's manufactured in USA. Silver Beauty. I got a bunch of nicer strippers. I got some Klein heavy duties and you know, some of the $30 Klein strippers that I used as I worked as an electrician here. So I don't typically use this style. It's more for, you know, I see these and I cringe. But I was doing a ton of wire stripping, so various pieces there. So that's cool. So 15 bucks. I think this is an old Craftsman level. It's aluminum level. Needs some cleaning, obviously, but pretty cool. That's good for 15 bucks. It's got some good stuff in it. This stuff here was also in here. So I figure this, you know, 15 bucks, keep in mind. This is a Brown & Sharp. And it had its certification in '97, but it is smooth. It's got a little bit of surface rust that I'll clean up for sure. This old pocket knife. Looks like it's cracked, but this looks like bang proof. This looks like one of those air deals that sprays out air. I'm not sure. I don't have any air available here at the house, so I don't get into this stuff that much, but this is pretty cool. Clafline. It says it's USA. So yeah, it looks like a little air deal. This is really cool. It's an Allen. And I just like the handle on it. It's pretty cool. What else? It's right here. TASA? TBSA or TESA? Excuse the quality here. You know, I'm an amateur, obviously. So yeah, but this is a little caliper there. It's in pretty good shape. You know, it's just been sitting in that drawer. So, you know, these things are pricey. So that might be worth a couple bucks there. This was in there, and it's in its original box. And I don't know if there's some kind of little flashlight. Again, I just kind of got back with this stuff, and I haven't sorted through it. I just wanted to throw the video up real quick. I would say for your enjoyment, but I know it's probably painful watching my videos. It's constantly blurry. Although, I need to say that I'm going to be buying a camera here pretty quick. I have the money, I just don't have the time to get to the store to buy one. But I have a nice Targus tripod, and I'm going to pick up a halfway decent camera so that I can get better quality videos out there. I enjoy sharing this stuff with you guys because I don't have any friends that are into tools. My friends are just not into it. They just don't care. I mean, this stuff wouldn't excite them, but for me, I'm passionate about tools. I really am into this, so it makes me feel good to be able to share this stuff with people that feel the same way. This looks like a flashlight too. It's heavy. It's pretty cool. It doesn't seem to be working, or clicking, I should say, but I'll take it apart and see what I can do with it at some point. So there's that. There's this little ruler tri-way with case. That's pretty cool. Tri-way, this looks like a magnetic pickup tool. It extends. There's another one here. And just another couple rulers. Wadkin magnifying glass. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that stuff was in the box for 15 bucks. Not a bad buy. Next was, I bought this bin here. And I don't even know what's in it, but I bought the bin, and it came with the bin, these power tools that are on the floor that I will show you in more detail here in a sec, and also this tray and this toolbox. The bin was 40 bucks. So you got a bunch of old Husky USA sockets. These are different. Wald's TrueArc plier #1, and it's got some sort of set screw there, and you know, so they're kind of cool. There's a bunch of these. There's a whole set of these orange ones, punches and chisels and whatnot. There's another set of these crappier wire strippers, but again, these are not as bad as the usual ones. There's no maker mark, but it does say USA. Okay. And they're a little bit beefier, so these would actually be tolerable, but I'd love to know who makes them. I guess I could probably Google that patent date, but yeah, got that. There's a file in there, just your everyday sort of random toolbox contents. There's a lot of Craftsman USA sockets. A lot of these Allen sockets. It seems like I'm always getting a set of these. I have like 4 pairs of these. These are like these snap cut. But there's always a set of these in every tool lot that I get. This is pretty cool. This is model P4. It's a Bostitch. Made in the United States of America. It's an old stapler, obviously. Very mechanical. So I'm going to try to clean that up and get it working because it's just cool. So what else? Yeah, there's always one of these. These Elkind Allen deals. A bunch of various sockets. Nothing really to write home about. It was just included in, you know, in the $40 bin. But the tray's pretty nice. I'm not sure if that goes with a Craftsman box or not, but I have a couple of older Craftsman boxes without trays, so I'll try to pair this with a box. See if maybe that'll work. This is cool, this box. It's got a measurement stamping on the top. So it's a decent little metal box. I like these older boxes. I have quite a few of them, and I'm gonna, you know, I have plans to kind of restore most of them. But this is just loaded up with random, you know, your drill bits. There's some taps in the mix. I haven't really dug through it in depth too much, but a bunch of spark plug sockets. You know, a lot of Craftsman. So nothing really too crazy. Fuses, there's some toggle switches in there that I might be able to use. So, but let me go over these power tools real quick. Now, this is nothing really special. I mean, a lot of this crap I'm not going to use. I do use Dremel tools, and I have one already. But this is a Multi-Pro 2-speed ball bearing. And I'm not sure. It does say USA on it. I'm not sure of the date on this, but for the most part, these have been pretty good. Anytime I've used a wire wheel on the Dremel, it's always kind of shot out strands of wire, and so I don't really use them too much, but they get into really small areas. These are great. So I'll clean this up and put it into rotation with the other Dremel. This is an old Craftsman 3/8 drill, variable speed, VSAR, not sure what that is. It's got a nice piece of garbage plastic chuck, but it is a keyless chuck. It is what it is. You know, it was in the bin. I'm not gonna, certainly didn't buy the lot for this thing. Skill saw, circular saw. Now these all work too. This one is a 12 amp, 2.4 horsepower max motor. So I got, geez, I can't even tell you. I must have 7 or 8 circular saws, and I like the older ones that are all metal construction. But oh, check it out. This one here is made in USA. So that's cool. This is decent. This is a Ram tool out of USA. Variable speed 1/2-inch drill. And it has a Jacobs chuck that has surface rust, so I'm going to have to clean that up. But it's definitely an older Jacobs chuck. It's got the cursive. You can just about see it there. It's upside down though. But so that's cool. This is a nice piece. I'll definitely keep this in my collection of older power tools. And we have a Craftsman 3.5 amp jigsaw or saber saw. I'm not sure of the difference, but it's got all the typical cutting edge gimmicks that Craftsman comes out with, like these little knobs and doodads and Whoop-de-doos. So, yeah. I must have 10 jigsaws kicking around, and for the most part, I have older Black & Deckers. So, jigsaws are kind of I use them, but they're kind of weird. This I just grabbed. They were throwing it out, so I just grabbed it. There was some plastic. You can see the plastic bins there that I snagged, and some brass doorknob and some other brass pieces, and then some random chains. This nice belt pulley there that can go on a motor, and that was in there. So some random stuff they were throwing out, but I'm gonna dig through this thing, and there'll be more videos about this tool lot. I just wanted to get an initial one out there just so people can see what I've picked up. This is an old Black & Decker, like a die grinder. So, and then you got a few different pipe wrenches in the mix. Looks like an floor jack. Just random tools. This is a decent rigid USA pipe wrench. I think it's a 14-inch. Now, last but not least, dun, 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 dun. That is the drill press that I got with the lot. Now, this is what attracted me to the buyer's house in the first place. So, this thing is super heavy. Excuse me. Bear with me here. Trying to give you a little shot of the motor. It's got a nice Dunlap motor. And obviously, you can adjust the belt. This has got to be solid steel. I mean, it's that heavy. So it's got a nice Jacobs chuck with it. It runs great. It's very smooth. There's not really any runoff at all. It's pretty true. I just zip tied the cord there to keep it in check for right now. But I don't know I don't know the manufacturer of this. I know the motor is Sears Dunlap. I'm not sure if the motor is original or not. I'll get a shot of the Jacobs chuck there. So that's a decent little chuck. But this thing is just, it's beastly. It seems to be very, very well made. It's heavy. It's all cast. It's got a nice base, solid, a nice little platform that's in great shape. There's no, I guess there's a couple little tiny marks that aren't a big deal. But it sat for a while. I bought it from some people, and I guess the owner had passed away, and the family is parting with his tools. But just like, look at these. I mean, that's solid. This thing it's got to be over a pound. So the construction of it, it's all solid and heavy duty. So you can see it's a nice little setup. I mean, I gotta clean it. I'm gonna have this thing looking great. I'm gonna take it apart completely. I'm gonna clean it up. I may or may not repaint it. I'll see what it looks like bare. But let me take you on a little walk around it. You can see the top. It's got a nice little motor mount. I mean, that's just it's not going anywhere. It's solid right into there. Set screws. It's got the toggle switch right here. The motor is definitely older. I almost want to say it's original, but I can't be for sure. You can see we got, you see, loosen this, and then you can adjust the the shelf there. So we'll loosen that if you want to take the whole shaft out. But yeah, this thing just not shabby, not too shabby at all. So he wanted $100 on the drill press. And I know it's worth a lot more than that. So I paid he wanted $100 for the drill press. He wanted 15 for the box, the Craftsman box there, and then he wanted 40 for the mystery bin. So I got everything for a total of 125. So it knocked about $30 off the price if I were to have bought it all for what he wanted. And I think that's a great price. I mean, I'm gonna keep this as part of my collection and probably use it, but you know, I buy tools constantly, at least one time a week, and I don't run into these that often. It just, you know, I've lucked out to have ran into this one and this one. I think this one, sorry to want to get you dizzy, this one is probably older for sure, but you know, so I'm going to keep both of these as part of my collection. I'm going to mount them to my welding table, and I think I did okay for the 125. I'll probably sell these pieces here. I'll get my money back somehow, but I don't usually sell too much of what I buy. But I wanted this, and I think he was pretty fair on his price of $100. So 125 for everything is great. So stay tuned. I'll do some more videos here as I sort through this stuff, and I appreciate you looking. Have a great night.